Right. So those that can in the blade really helps out with one of our techniques, which is the thrusting slash. So like Don Call was mentioning, we don't enter with just a straight thrust and then pull straight back out. Right. So one of the main techniques we have is like a pass and then a forward thrusting slash. So right away we get a thrust, but it's post penetrating on the actual movement, and that's just doing this. If we pull it even on the arcing out, the wound channel gets even bigger. So that's why we like that thrusting slash, and the cant of the blade really assists with that. Like everybody just feels that almost naturally. And I think that when we've seen that in the pressure testing, that they might move from like a straight blade almost naturally to grabbing like a wicket, right, or a toolless, especially the toolless. Right.
Okay, so so we'll get down to blades that are a little smaller. So a lot of the people in the group will run EDC3s, a lot of the guys in the group, but then a lot of the people who are real serious about it, they're gonna run like the wickeds. Okay, so yeah, it's a 3-inch blade, small. It's got the same kind of cant, right? It's roughly 5-7 degrees, and they, you know, it's a comfortable blade to carry. We make pocket sheets for them. They put in there, and if they put mags in the left pocket, if they're right-handed, they put the blade in that pocket. They'll have it there to draw. It's not the fastest draw, but you know, you can get to it if you know what you're doing. They run it in the belt line. You know, it's just a. You'll see most of the guys will have some type of like pocket, small 3-inch wicked along with their 5-inch blades. So if you use it a lot, we'll keep it on the left side. Is inside the mass attack thing, when guys start grabbing you, they, you know, because if you're hitting guys with a blade and they don't run, they're going to grab your hands, try and pull you to the ground, dogpile you. So the moment they start doing that, you know, we'll actually have those set in hand already, where we won't use it. You know, we're not going to do any of this like this blade's hitting here. We're doing this in a while. We're not going to. This will do this thing. Pass parry will hide that. When they grab, we just pull them out and then hide this blade like it's like a stinger, just keeps hiding. And or it can stay on the belt. You could draw it from the belt. But when the mass attack is serious, it's usually in hand already and inside a reverse grip. When we were younger, we would run it with folders and we'd double up. You know, open the folders, put them, because you know you could always, if you live in these kind of environments long enough, you get very, very good at seeing these things coming. Anybody, even people who've seen it coming and still got their asses messed up or fucked up, they saw it coming. It's just that they couldn't respond. They didn't have the skill set to respond, right? So they saw it coming. They tried to run. They started to fight and they just got overwhelmed. But you always see it coming, so you can get your hands ready with things, right? So a lot of the times we saw things, there was no draws. We already had stuff in hand already, just because there's no time. There's the time frames for mass attacks so fast. You have to literally like jump in front of the time and just to get clear of that. So that's one of the reasons. Like this is the trainer. This is one of the reasons that, you know, the guys are like, and it's small enough. Some, you know, I'll carry 2 of these sometimes in the summertime, you know, with like a pocket pistol or something like that. So they're good blades, and you'll see a lot of us will have these. And you know, the way the handles, same thing. The handle's set for the forward grip thing, right? You got the palm scissors ready. Like I said, it still has enough. If I'm entering here and I'm underhook locking, and I can still reverse that grip, blade and body, and then pull them to the ground and finish off on the ground. But you'll see a lot of the guys when, all right, we're doing mass attack pressure testing, they'll always move in forward grip. So the high blade, you know, we'll start them off from a draw, or we'll start them off. Got someone trying to grab them, throw them to the ground, and they're double underhooking. They're clearing while they're in the hook. They draw, and then the guys start coming. They hit, you know. And you know, the base mass attack thing would be like an open space, and then we do stuff in hallways. And it's a very important thing to know how to fight from like a seated position, running through a doorway, using a doorway, running in a hallway, fighting on stairs. That's a big thing. Like that's something you need to know how to do. Fighting from inside to outside, fighting to your car. You know, not in the car, to your car, right? If you're fighting in your car, problem. Like that means they got in there, and if guys are pulling out of your car and you're alone and they have you, you're probably going to get yanked out of that car. It's like, you know, if you don't have a blade, what's nice about the blade, you can just thrust up, push them out, and drive away, just as long as, like, you get your key situation right. You know, you're not there dropping your keys and trying to get out. But the base mass attack is like open space. They got as much space as possible. And the moment they get good at that, we start throwing the environment, because there's nothing. You're never fighting in a place where there's nothing on the ground. Like, so when you're really good at it, you could use that stuff on the ground against them. So you can run that. So it'll always start with that blade. Wormrose Trap also, but this is one of the main
The
reasons.
Wicked really helps out the can and that size, the EDC3, not the EDC, the Wicked 3, really helps out with the printing, with no printing, right? Like, because of that ability, you're really like, it falls right along the line of the belt. It's hard to see there, but like, yeah, I mean, that's the point. It's hard to see.
Yeah, so we're not showing our junk to you guys, but you can see that. See,
Right.
So if you run that, he draws that Wicked there.
Right.
Right. See that? So I have the same. I'm running a Sayoc drop point. Same. It's more of a deep camp, but this is a 5.5 inch blade, right? And these things just disappear.
Yeah.
And like, we will adjust the handles accordingly for that, just enough to, once the handles get very small, the blade contour gets a little more, it gets modified. So smaller here, bigger there, but yeah, this is one of my favorite Pomona 2-ounce design Sayoc drive. This is a little more modified than the, it's light. This is that 1/16, super light. But this is a good way to carry a 5.5 inch blade, and it feels like a 3 inch blade. It's starting to get warm. You can put it in a t-shirt. Nobody sees this stuff, so it's pretty. And that's one of the other reasons why we like that. Now, people often say that it's not good in reverse grip. Let me tell you, man, anything is good in reverse grip. So you'll be okay. Anything is good in reverse grip, but not everything is good in forward grip. Now, look, this is not real data. Well, it's our data for us, because we have a lot of people who've done the pressure testing, and guys tend to, especially beginners. You'll see beginners come to the sessions, and we don't go any 10 testing is 100% hard intensity feed. You will run stuff at 30-40%. They're still dropping their blades because their hands are not right. They don't have their techniques right. Nothing's, and they'll drop in. And you'll see them normally go and look for. They'll go for another blade, one of our straights, and then they'll go right for one of the Wickeds or the two of them. This blade feels like it's right for this. Yeah, it was designed for this. It was designed for that. Losing blades is a real thing. Like, it's a real, riding blades is a realer thing. So a lot of guys will go like, well, my favorite fighting knife is 6 inch blade, this handle, and I got a hilt. The handle's real long, comes out. That's cool. I mean, once you got a hilt and a big handle coming out, when things get close and tight fast, especially in the winter time, things snag on clothes, even points, and you could lose blades. Is one of the reasons why you should have, if you're serious about that type of scenario, there's always more than one blade, just because of that. And not counting throwing or tricking people with blades on the ground and stuff like that. So that is one of the main reasons for you'll see a lot of it. Most of the guys will do that. So the real thing, one of the things I see is interesting now amongst the guys of the group is they'll carry a straight blade and a bent blade. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. So they have so they'll have this, and they'll have this, which is what I do also, right? So I have a 3-blade loadout for the most time. So this is forward grip. This would be reverse grip, left hand. Mm-hmm. So you'll see a lot of that. It's pretty.
Yeah. Usually, again, when you're running that loadout, if I run a similar loadout like that as well. This will be my right, and it's quick access, and I'll fall right around my belt, or right around my belt buckle. And this straight blade, because of the profile, I keep it right on my 6.